Okay, so the next part of statistics is still the mean. This time we want to find the mean from or using a frequency table. Okay, so I've posted a picture of this on Edmodo already if you want to write the question into your notes copy before watching the video. Okay, so we can see in this video now, or in this example, that we've got 50 sets of data. Okay, they asked 50 families how many children that they had. Okay, so the first family said that they had only one child, the second family had 3 children, the third family had 4 children, and so on. Okay, so we have 50 different numbers, 50 values, one for each family. Okay, now this data is not the easiest to interpret at the moment or analyze because there's so many numbers there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is present it in a frequency table. Okay, so that we can basically bunch them together a bit more. Okay, so the number of children per family, so we can see here that there's no zeros. Okay, every family that they asked had at least one child. Okay, and it goes up then as far as 7 children was the biggest number of children that any family had of these 50. Okay, so the number of children per family goes from 1 to 7. Okay, right, so we're going to check then our set and see how many of each there are. So how many families said that they had one child? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 families said they had one child. So frequency means how many or number of. Okay, so there's 4 families that they had one child. Then we do the same for the rest of it. Okay, so how many 2s are there? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 families that they had 2 children, and so on. If we count the rest of them, no, actually it was 9. I must have counted it wrong there even. Okay, then there's 10 3s. You can count them there along. Okay, so just for the sake of speeding the video up a small bit, I'm just going to copy it in there. Okay, so there's 4 1s. If we go through the data, there's the number 2 occurs 9 times. I must have missed one second ago, and so on. Okay, so that table now is much easier to read than all these values above here. Okay, so the first question we have is find the mode. Okay, so the mode is the most common value. So which of these 7 occurs the most often? Number 4. Okay, so there's 13 families that say that they have 4 children. Okay, so the mode is 4 children. Okay, so it's important that you don't say 13 there because 13 isn't in the set. Okay, remember mode means the value that occurs the most often. The 13 isn't a value in that set, never mind being there the most often. Okay, it's 4 is there the most often. How do we know it's there the most often? Because it has the highest frequency. Okay, so the number that's there the least often is 7. Okay, there's only 2 7s in the data. Okay, right, the next part is finding the mean. Okay, so we know to find the mean we add up all the values and divide by how many there are. Okay, now I suppose adding up all those values there though above, it will be time consuming. The chances of going wrong, making an error either in your head or on the calculator are bigger. Okay, so instead of trying to find the mean from this, we're going to learn how to find the mean from the frequency table. Okay, so I suppose before we try and find it in the frequency table, if we think about how we would have found it up here, we would have said that there was 4 1s, so we'd have been doing 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 2s and so on. Okay, so we can already see how long this sum is going to be even only taking the first 2 values. Okay, so instead of writing the number 1 out 4 times, we're going to change that to 4 times 1. Okay, so that's much easier to put into the calculator or whatever than writing it out 4 times. And the same with the 2s, instead of having to write the 2s out 9 times, it's 9 times 2. Okay, instead of having to write the number 3 out 10 times, it's 10 times 3, 13 times 4, 8 times 5, 4 times 6, and 2 times 7. Okay, over. So then, how many families were asked? How many values are there? There's 50 values. Okay, there's 50 families, so 50 values. Okay, how else could we find that 50? We could add up the frequency. Okay, so we could write there, maybe for the sake of the notes copy, sum of frequency equals 50. So they haven't stated in the question how many people were asked. We can just add up the values here of the frequency. Okay, so write that out. So 4 1s are 4, 9 2s are 18, 30, 52, 40, 24, 14, over 50. Okay, get the calculator out. So 4 plus 18 plus 30 plus 52 plus 40 plus 24 plus 14 is 182. So 182 over 50 is 3.64. Okay, so that's how we find the mean from a frequency table.